get right on with this for you, Virgo. So the first card you have your past is the World. Yeah, I'm seeing coming around, coming back around, coming into completion. Yeah, I think this is about love. Sorry about that pause. I'm just thinking about this. This is about love. Yeah, this is about love. This is something yeah, this is about someone wanting to connect with you again. That's what I'm seeing. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's a bit mixed up as well. I'm seeing a lot of mixed things in this. That's why I'm kind of, there's a lot to look at. I think this might be someone who was a little bit selfish, actually. The first time you were with them, they were a bit selfish. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm kind of seeing, because this is very positive, so I'm feeling positive about this. I'm feeling like, oh, this is positive. But then it's like, well, you know, they're quite, excuse me, or they were quite selfish. So it's a bit mixed up. Sorry, this is such a strange start. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, they were a bit selfish. That's what I'm seeing. I don't want you to feel paranoid, but there is some caution around this. You know, I think when you initially separated from this person, it was very, very hard on you, really hard on you. But I think after a while, you know, you found your freedom, like the woman on this card, and you were a lot happier after a while. So that's another reason why I'm very mixed about this. So I hope you understand what this is all about, because I'm very mixed. That's why I'm kind of like, oh, this is great. No, it isn't. That's kind of the thing I'm getting around. It's very mixed up. So what I'm seeing is you're not someone who rushes in and out of relationships. You know, you have to be 100% sure of someone before you commit to them. And I think this person's the opposite of that. I think they rush in very, very quickly. You know, I think they have changed in some ways, but I think the big thing here is that I want to tell you in this is take your time. You know, if this person is coming back to you, take your time. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to say one way or the other because it's very mixed up, but at least take your time. I think they become very, very dissatisfied with jumping from person to person. And I think even when they're in a long-term relationship, because I think they were in one since you were together, maybe even two, they were quite dissatisfied with them because they jumped in so quickly. That's what I'm seeing. They just jump in quickly. They either jump in quickly and then they're like, oh, I'm here. I don't know if this is what I want. Why have I done this? Or they jump in and out quickly. There might have even been some overlap between these relationships. You know, they're kind of in one and then they see someone else and they're like, oh, I'll jump from this one to the other one. Because they don't like being alone. They don't like being by themselves. So that's another kind of reason why you have to be very careful that they're not just coming back to you because they want to be with someone. They don't want to be alone. So it might be that. I don't know. I don't want to say that because it's very mixed. Because I was initially, when I saw this, I was seeing a lot of positivity, happiness that this person was coming back. So it might be a good thing. I'm also seeing they've changed a bit. So I'm very mixed about this. Yeah, I think they might be, if they weren't at this time, they might in the future be, or sometime. If they have come back to you yet, they might not have yet. I think if and when they do, if they haven't already, I think they might be encouraging you to jump into things with them quickly. Yeah, there's a risk here. There is a risk. I've got to say that. I'm not saying it for fun. I'm saying it because, you know, or to make you paranoid or to be negative. I'm not. I'm saying it because that's what I'm seeing. And I'm slowing down. I'm getting very confused and a bit flustered in this card because there's just so much in here, positive and negative. And I'm trying to kind of find what the reality is, and I can't quite do that. I really can't. I'm sorry, because it's just, there's just so much in this. This person's trying to rush you, I think, and yeah, all I can say really in this is this person's trying to come back to you. They have changed. It might be okay. They also don't like being alone. They rush from person to person. You've had some complications with them in the past. You were happy by yourself. You got your freedom by yourself. So there's a lot of backwards and forwards in this. All I can say is take your time. Take your time and decide on your own time. That's what I'm seeing in that card. I really can't say any more because it's so confusing. That's the big message there. Okay, so the next card you have your past is the Hermit. Yeah, I'm seeing going your own way. Look at this Hermit. He's kind of going his own way. He's following his star. He's following his own direction. He's completely by himself. And so I think this is about you having to go on your own, and having to really think about this decision. I think you had to make a very difficult decision whether to keep on going along with something you were doing, something you're working toward, or whether to kind of abandon all of this and go on your own. I think this was something official. I think someone might have been assessing you or writing a report or something like that to see if you could do something. It was something like that. I know this whole thing is sounding strange so far. I'm really sorry about that. I think you might have been relying on a group or an institution to stick with you and help you work through something with you, or help you to work through something, to apply for something, or to help you. And I think you eventually realised that you weren't able to rely on these people or this institution. And I think you're really let down by that. But then I think you decided, no, I'm going to be independent of this institution or this group. I'm going to be by myself. And I think that's going to be the best thing to you, because I actually think you might have been relying on them a lot. And I think when you finally take charge of this by yourself, you're going to be much better off. It's going to open up new options that I don't think you saw before. I think you're going to have to think very carefully about this. I think you're going to have to study a lot. I think you're going to have to learn a lot. But I think if you are deciding, if this is resonating and you have decided to get away from this whole system or, institution or group or something, if this is resonating, you're doing the absolute right thing. This is going to give you a lot of freedom, a bit like the Woman on the World card. And yeah, it's going to be the absolute best outcome for you if this is resonating. You're absolutely right to be on your own, to go out on your own. That's what I'm seeing. I'm not going to say any more because, I haven't been saying sorry in my readings, and people keep saying, stop saying sorry, stop saying sorry. And people have said, oh, I'm glad you're not saying sorry anymore. I've noticed that. I'm really happy about that. I've been saying sorry all through this reading so far. It's really been bothering me because I think there's a lot of so many mixed up things in this, positive and negative, and I've been trying to kind of sort that out. And I feel really... if I'm not being 100% clear, I really worry about that. But I shouldn't do that. I should just talk about what I'm seeing. So I'm going to do that now. So the last card you have for your past is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, this person in the World card, this is what I'm seeing. They really want to show you they've changed. They're trying to show it to you. They're showing you that they're working on this. They're working. They're showing you how hard they're working to kind of win you back. They're not just saying things, they're doing. That's what I'm seeing. And to me, that's a good sign. I would still be a little bit cautious though. I can't help but think that. I keep on seeing that, so I have to tell you that. I'm also seeing this thing in the Hermit card. It might be study related because I keep on seeing, official papers, applications, and I just think after you realise that you just weren't getting the support you needed, I think maybe you decided to take a more unofficial road, a more independent road. I'm seeing a lot of independent study, independent thinking. You might have decided to just leave formal studies altogether, and maybe you're just learning by yourself now, or you're planning to do that. So if this is all resonating and you're worried about being self-disciplined enough to be able to do this on your own, you absolutely are. You're more capable. You're more than capable of doing this. You're absolutely capable of doing this. I'm actually seeing the outcome of this, not now, but later on in the future sometime. You'll probably be teaching this to other people. And again, it won't be through a traditional institution. It'll be freer, it'll be more casual, it might be something online, it probably will. Actually, yeah, I think it most probably will. It might be here on YouTube. This is going to be fantastic for you, because I think by doing this outside of a formal institution, you'll be able to reach so many more people, and the love and the appreciation, and yeah, money as well. Money is going to come to you as well. That's all going to come back to you. You're going to reach so many more people doing this by yourself. So if this resonates, you've definitely taken the right path. Again, that's what I'm seeing. And yeah, this is just fantastic. I love this. I'm starting to get into my groove now. I'm sorry about all the... I'm saying sorry again. I'm not going to say that again. The first card you have, your present, is the Five of Pentacles. Yes. Okay, so this is usually a really negative card. But I'm seeing something interesting here, and it's kind of reflecting what I'm seeing in the Eight of Pentacles. I think you might have... I think you might have suffered from some kind of injury. It might be an illness. I've seen this in your last readings, I think, or some other readings. I think maybe these physical problems might have also been another factor in you having these problems with this studying or this institution. It might have been a part of that. I'm just looking at this boy on crutches, and he's looking up to these coins in the window. And yeah, this is exactly what I was seeing. There was some kind of barrier, or you felt pushed out, pushed aside, left out, unsupported by something or someone around this institution. And they were supposed to be helping you, but they weren't doing that. But now on this new path you're on, you're not even going to have to worry about this institution. You'll be better off on your own, way better off on your own. The people on this card, they're trying to get inside the church, but there's no door on the church. They're looking, where's the door? I want to get inside. From now on, this is how you were. You're like, oh, I'm kicked out of this institution. What am I going to do? Now, you're not going to care whether there's a door into this institution or not. You're just not going to care, because you're opening your own door. This is nobody's door, no one else's door. It's your door. This is your door to freedom. This is your door to opening up your full potential. It's going to be really hard work. It's a door of hard work as well, but it'll be well worth it. Really, really worth it. That's what I'm seeing in that card. The next card you have, your present, is a Judgment. So yeah, this is a really complicated card as well. It can be about, this whole reading is very complicated. It can be about huge changes, big realizations. I think this person in the World card, I think they do realize what you went through in your past. I am getting this feeling of them maybe wanting to fix things in a hurry, and maybe on a superficial level, maybe, if that makes sense. That doesn't mean they're never going to be able to see this on a deeper level. They might at some time, but I think for now they're probably trying to be, just really attentive. They might be buying you things even, and that's great. I think you do appreciate that. It does mean a lot to you that they are making this effort, but I think this is just going to take time for you, and also I think for this to work properly, they're going to have to give you some indication that they truly understand things, and that they truly understand you on a deep level. I think it's fantastic that they're making an effort, but to you, I think an effort's more about taking the time to understand you on a very, very deep level. You're a very deep person, and I think understanding who you are, not just on the surface, is going to be the thing that really works for you. I mean, anyone can say I love you, but who are you? Do they know you? And if they don't know you, how can they love you? So I think that's the kind of thing you're really kind of thinking about. And I think you are already doing this. I think this is kind of you thinking, do they really know me? Do they understand how deeply this problem has been in the past? And do they understand me deeply? So I think that's the thing they're going to have to appreciate about you, and that's the thing they're going to have to work on with you, if this whole thing is going to work. I hope that makes sense. This reading is very, very mixed up. I don't know if it's the retrograde that's coming up and I'm feeling all this early. I don't know whether it's just very confusion around this. See, I can't even say confusing, I say confusion. I'm really struggling with this. I just hope it's making some sense to you. I'm sorry. I'm not going to start this reading again. I'm going to keep on going with it because I think there are some very valuable messages in here. And, if you do pick them up at the time, you're supposed to. So I'm just going to keep on going with this. The last card you have, your present, is the Four of Cups. Yeah, I think this person's probably sensing this from you. I think you are having this kind of unsurety. You're thinking, I'm not sure about this. I want to take my time. I want to make sure that, this is really the right thing for me. I think you are interested in them. I think you do care for them, but you just want to take your time. And, they might be thinking something like, why aren't they enthusiastic? Why aren't they accepting what I want to give them? And I don't think you're rejecting them. I just think you need some time. You need to be sure. You need to know that they understand you on that very, very deep level that I was seeing in the Judgment card. So, if you're feeling like this, just talk to them. If this is resonating, just be upfront with them. Just tell them you still have a lot of work to get through. You have a lot to work through, and you just want to take your time. You can't force this. You just can't force this. You just have to make 100% sure that you're doing the right thing, or that you're getting into the right thing. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the first card you have, your future, is the King of Swords. Yeah, I'm seeing this injury or this illness. I think you're going to be working. I think you're going to be working really hard to get to the bottom of what this is and what you need to do to improve things. I think even if you already have a lot of the answers, I think there might be more that you want to investigate. I think there's something around this that you're still not quite satisfied with. You want to kind of get to the bottom of things. I think you might have even been fobbed off or dismissed by someone in the medical field, maybe. And I think you're probably going to try to get some kind of a second opinion, or even a third opinion even. This card's all about clarity. And I think if you do go a bit hard line with this, like this king, look at how serious he is. If you really push for the facts, you'll probably end up finding out something quite important that might help you. I'm actually seeing something small, something that might even seem a little bit insignificant, some little tip or something like that. And I think when you find this out, it's going to really help you. It'll probably set you free of at least some of the problems you've had. I'm not saying it's going to completely cure you or anything like that, but it is going to set you free in some ways. It's going to help you in some way, because I'm looking at the butterflies on this card just above the king's head, and obviously butterflies symbolize freedom. So there is going to be some kind of release if you keep on pursuing this. So keep on doing that. You are going to get some kind of relief if you do keep on pursuing this. That's what I'm seeing in that card. I am stuttering, I'm stumbling all through this whole reading. I don't know what the energy is. I don't know what it is. I do not know. I'm very sorry. I'm going to push through this. I'm going to keep going. The next card you have, your future, is the King of Pentacles. Yeah. This is looking fantastic for money, financial freedom. This is looking very good for you. So, you have the Eight of Pentacles, hard work. That leads you to this card, the King of Pentacles, which is all about money. And there's independence in the King of Swords as well. And obviously there's freedom in the World card. And under this card, you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is like the jewel in the crown of the finance card. So this is looking fantastic for you money-wise. And I think making this decision to get that freedom outside of that institution, working on your own, being your own boss, is going to bring you to this freedom. That's what I'm seeing. You're on the right path. You're on the path of independence. This is the perfect path for you. It's the right path for you. And I think when you realized you weren't getting the support, it really bothered you. You're really hurt. And maybe you even saw this institution as your last hope. Maybe it was even, you saw it as your only hope. I was seeing that in the Five of Pentacles. But, the thing here is you don't need to hope anymore. There's no hope. You won't be hoping. You'll be knowing. You know this is the right path for you. You know this is going to lead you to freedom. This is going to lead you to abundance. That is what I'm seeing very, very clearly in that card. So the last card you have your future is the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, what can I say? I don't even need to say anymore. All I can say is so many people have gotten out of systems that have been created by other people. And what they've done is they've said, this doesn't suit me. I'm getting out of this system. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm making my own system. No one system, whether it's a belief system, whether it's an educational system or whatever, no one system suits everyone. And systems that lock people in can be polarizing. They can divide people. But once you're in a system that you've made yourself, no one can categorize you. No one can take anything from you. This is your own system that is yours. This is your system. This is your door. You're going up the right path. You are doing the right thing, being independent, working for yourself, doing your own thing. Absolutely. This is the Ace of Pentacles. This is beautiful. Once again, I really hope you got something out of this reading. It was very tough for me to read, very difficult, very heavy. I was stumbling. I was struggling with a lot of things. I really hope you did get some messages out of this. I'm not going to do this again. I don't want to do this again because I think there is going to be something here for someone. Whatever happens, whether I stumble, whether I do everything clearly, it's for a reason. I don't know what it is. So Virgo, I hope this resonated, but as you know, general readings can't resonate with every single person. But again, if you liked this reading, you probably didn't, please like or subscribe or leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching.